So all our staff are at home, working from home, and Mick and I have come in today just to film a video about machinery dealers, what they're actually doing today in their businesses and how the coronavirus is affecting them. About stock levels and supply demand, and their advertising, trade shows being stopped, their staff, their management, how are they handling it today in their businesses? Yeah, some of them I've known right from day one, Rick Foster from here in Forbes, I've known him, I think he was about our 20th customer on.
We're splitting our teams so that we sort of have a bit of a risk management style thing where, we don't have all our salesmen working in one area, we don't have all our accounts girls and purchasing people working in one area. Sort of trying to make sure that we've got sort of contingency in place in case someone gets sick and then
So from a risk management sort of health side, you really thought that through and who works next to each other and sort of splitting people out a bit more. Yeah, that's smart.
Yes.
So I've been along the journey with them and I've seen the journey and I've seen the energy and effort that, like, he's put into his website, and I've been along that journey with him. So it was really cool talking to him today. And what about your website, Rick? Is that still trucking along nicely?
It's getting smashed.
Is it? So it's actually picked up for you. There you go.
We're up 100%.
Wow.
Last year. So orders online is up 100%.
That really helps you at a time like this, doesn't it? And it proves it.
It does, yeah. No, so we're seeing obviously a little bit of a spike in web traffic and that sort of stuff, which is leading to more web inquiries and keeping our guys busy. But for the time being, we're still getting people coming in, and we're happy to receive them.
I think businesses at the moment are hurting, but some of them aren't as hurting as much as what the media is saying. I think we can get so caught up in this negative world that the media is sort of portraying. That's why I was so keen to talk to these dealers today, because I believe some of them are doing better possibly than what they were on a normal basis. They're refining their business right now to be in a position that when something like this comes along, they actually still work really well. They manage the risk, but because their business is set up so well with leadership and structure and calmness, they make better decisions.
Absolutely. Look, our guys are obviously reducing non-essential travel, but for our customers that do need us on site, provided they're willing to have us in their premises, we're more than happy to go there. All of our guys are very aware of what needs to be done in the current coronavirus climate.
And that's not everyone out there, but the ones that we talked to today, they've got a pretty good positive mindset and good business structure. It was quite refreshing to talk to them.
They were pretty smart, the Chinese, mate. They got on top of this pretty quickly and shut the place down and got on top of it. So at this stage we're finding things are quite good. And now the government's put the stimulus package, and we're getting so many calls, people wanting quotes and stuff.
Yeah, it was great talking to Rod from Dust Extraction Solutions. I love talking to that dude. The world could be burning down, it could be coronavirusing, and he's just like, he'll still find something positive to say. His mindset, I'm sure he has the negative thoughts, but he just spins it and turns it into a positive. I mean, the guy was taking motorbikes and going out with 7 or 8 dudes for the weekend, going camping. I'm like, shouldn't you be in lockdown, And last time, I think, when the GFC hit, what was that, 30 grand? Now they've got it at like 150 grand.
I don't know what the figures are, but I'm getting people call me every day, several times a day at the moment. So, yeah, I've got time. I've got to catch up with my cousin in Brisbane, picking up. He's coming over to there. You guys should come.
He's aware of what's going on, but it doesn't just stop his life. It doesn't stop his business. He's able to have that positive mindset, and I think when the media is just slamming everyone with this negative, if you let your mindset go into that, it can sink you. Us as leaders have got to be in that positive mindset and in that calm mindset. So be aware of the risk, but don't let it sink you, don't dwell on it. When you listen to the media, if you really listen to them over the last 3 or 4 weeks, you would think there wasn't a machine getting made on the planet. You would think that there was no manufacturing going on right now. And from the 3 or 4 companies we just called, that was so far from the truth. So your suppliers are going back in the manufacturing?
Oh yeah, I've gone back last week. Well, about 3 weeks ago actually. Wow,
that's good. Good for you.
Well, look, two of our leading brands, being Yahweh and Genox, they are based out of China.
Yep.
So earlier around the Chinese New Year, we did see a little bit of a delay in production there as China was delayed coming back to business. But now they are all back, so we're getting constant communications from our suppliers that they're back in full production. We're seeing photos of them in their factory working hard. We've been receiving containers and machines for the last couple of weeks, and we are back to full production from China. All of our customers are getting machines, containers are arriving.
Lance from Tilly's, Italy, factories in Italy that we thought were in lockdown, no manufacturing, he's still getting supply.
Our suppliers are assuring us that the manufacture process is still taking place, including our Italian suppliers.
They are still manufacturing now. Rod, dust extraction, these Chinese manufacturers are operating. They have been for 2 or 3 weeks. And in my mindset before I spoke to him, I thought that was actually shut down for a long period of time. It hasn't.
We can't downplay the severity of what we're experiencing. However, we don't need to let it get on top of us either.
Yeah.
And if I was going to make a video right now, the first idea that will come to my mind is I'm sick and tired of walking into the grocery store and seeing aisles empty.
Our motto this year was all about finding the truth. Because when we uncover the truth and we move away from blame, and then people in the business start bringing accountability and truth, well, then we can get a better result in something. If we don't, if we're in denial and we pretend it's all good, or we don't uncover the truth and we leave it under the mat, how can you improve it? And these farms, they've still got to cut the crops, and they've still got to make the roads, and
cows carry on eating, crops carry on growing, roads need repairing. There's so many points to our business that we don't have the luxury of saying, hold on, we'll just take a break for a while and resume in 2 weeks. Some people don't have that option, especially the providers being the farmers.
I like asking them, where's their next sale going to come from? It's a bit confronting for some of them, but that's going into the truth. That's the real concern that they've got to look at the moment. And if you're not asking yourself that quality question, maybe they won't take action today. So if I ask that question, it gets them to take action quicker, then they're going to come through this better. Let's have a bit of a think about what online already is, and mobile and online. This is just magnifying it right now. Now we can't just go into those showrooms. Maybe Australia does go into lockdown like Italy. So people aren't traveling, people aren't having connections. So we've got to use all those tools that allow us to do that.
Yep.
When Google did the update on that second week of January, it's really worked in our favour. Since January, our numbers, we've got another, probably for you, an SCG, another 60, 70,000 to the site. Yeah, so we came in on Monday, and we'd already started planning it out the week before of staff working at home. We're very lucky in the way where, a lot of our business is communication, talking to the machinery dealers across the country. So we can be anywhere in the country. We don't have to just be in an office, even though we are. But as of this week, on Tuesday, we're all working from home. It's brought about some challenges, but because we were so well set up with things like Zoom and, being able to have meetings, seeing people, using video and Zoom, that has allowed us to probably even have a better week.
Well, look, as you know, Steve, some of the big trade shows and field days have all been postponed till later in the year.
Yeah.
So obviously that takes a bit of an opportunity away from us to meet face to face with some of our customers.
I mean, trade shows have been going on across the country for years and years and years. And a lot of the machinery dealers, you know, rely on them because that's the way they've always been doing advertising, and they know it brings in a certain amount of leads and then a certain amount of sales. So that just to get turned off overnight, I think it'll be shocking a lot of them. But it's also an opportunity for a lot of them, because it's a lot of energy and effort to go to a trade show. There's a lot of organisation, there's a lot of staff that got to be hosted and have dinners and drinks, and you know, the machines to be freighted there, set up, the signs, the marketing team. There's a lot of pressure on a company to go to a trade show or a field day. So all of a sudden they got back all that time and those resources. Now they've got to be looking and thinking, where else can I be? And of course this online thing, you know, because people are going to be isolated, they're going to have computers, they're going to have their mobile phone, they still need to cut the grass. Those purchasing officers, those machinery buyers are still going to be buying their machinery somehow. They just mightn't be at their trade show next month. This could change the whole way machinery is sold in Australia or in the world forever. You know, it'll be interesting to see where the journey goes after this.
We are seeing people still come in, obviously applying the social distancing that you'd expect. But as things may get further locked down, we're not sure where things are going to end up with the government procedures and their restrictions they're going to be imposing on everybody. But from us, all of our guys that are still around, we're very open to video calls, doing video demonstrations, getting on conference calls, you know, hitting the phones, hitting the emails to make it as close to business as usual as possible.
Shipment is slowing down a bit, and Rick from here on Forbes, he said that. He, you know, where it might normally take 6 weeks, at the moment, because of clearance at the ports, it might be out to 8-10 weeks.
Look, supply has been a bit hard to get hold of, but it's starting to flow again from China now. So.
Yep. So some of your suppliers have gone back to the factories and the manufacturing. I've had a couple of calls. Yep.
The hardest part for us at the moment is shipping's taking a little bit longer, so it's double the time that it used to take to get a spot on a vessel, because obviously a lot of the vessels were cancelled.
Yep.
So that was, you know, that was one of the things.
As long as you know that and you can manage that, that's okay. You know, when we talk about a 2 or 3 or 4 week period extra, as long as we're managing that with our buyers and their expectations are set, I don't see that as an issue. You know, yes, it's nice if you've got the machines in stock now and you can sell them one off the floor, but people are going to understand at the moment.
You know, just talking to one of our more junior sales guys, and he's saying, you know, yes, the phone hasn't rung possibly as much as he would have thought, well, as much as a normal situation, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
But it's also an opportunity to actually, and this is something I suggested to him, is take the opportunity to touch base with those customers that don't necessarily want to buy anything right now, but you know, just find out if they're doing okay. You know, how's it impacting on them? Just have the conversation. It's a good opportunity just to build relationships further without necessarily making a sale right away.
One of the things that is really affecting it is the exchange rate. You know, so that is a bit of a challenge at the moment, because you've got to get your new price right now, because you might be selling it too cheap and the exchange rate's blowing out so much that you should actually be selling your current stock for a bit more expensive.
You know, our biggest problem at the moment is exchange rate.
Yeah.
You know, we're just actually discussing it then. We've had to change anything that's not in stock, reprice it so that you know, if the boys take an order for it, that it's actually up to date.
If one of your suppliers has stopped or not manufacturing or not giving you the volume equipment that you need, maybe it's an opportunity to get another supplier, another brand. Maybe there's one in Australia. Maybe it's an opportunity to buy up some of your second-hand machines in the market that are sitting in the market at the moment.
One of the things that Andrew Tilley's pushed over the years as a business principle is, you know, if you can't find it somewhere else, you come to Tilley's, we'll get it.
Yeah.
We haven't got it, but we'll probably have it. And it's ringing true now. We don't have any lines that we're concerned about at this point at all, out of 43,000 lines. So I think we're in a pretty good space at the moment to make sure that what people need is available.
Maybe, you know, you can put a follow on our system and follow some of the searches so that you know when one of your brands get listed on the site, then you can buy up that machine first. And then all of a sudden you're taking your brand and your machines out of the market and reselling it back. Cash flow's still strong. You haven't gone in any dip.
Look, it definitely has. The announcement towards the end of last week, all of our sales team has been speaking to customers constantly during the week about how this can help them, how this can benefit their business. You know, looking forward to a little bit of an uncertain market, but customers that have the foresight and have the confidence to invest in machines are getting that instant kickback to their cash flow on this year's tax bill. So look, a lot of positivity. We've had some good sales this week that have happened earlier than what we expected, and that we can base that exactly down to the government stimulus package. But
back in 2008, the government did a similar sort of thing where they put you know, the amount of dollars of a machine that you get a tax write-off. They never put out something so big as what they have this time. $150,000. That's a lot of machine that if your company's been running well and has still got plenty of work to get you through this patch, it's a great time of the year to buy machinery. It's a happy days, you know. It's like if you got money in the bank, you can buy that machine and write it off against your tax. Wow, you're going to be a lot better off. I'd say there's some companies out there going having a big buy up right now.
one thing that wasn't really spoken about as much in the talking points was there is still significant incentive for machinery over $150,000 with a 50% instant write-off this year. So that can't be overlooked, and the company's looking to invest that big money in fibre lasers, 5-axis machines and similar. That is a significant incentive.
Yeah, like when we started this week and we're working from home, I went for a run on the Tuesday morning before I had the meeting with the staff, and I was like, what is everyone going through right now? And then I wanted to bring that into the business of like, our theme this week was empathy. And it's like, just to understand for us as leaders, what our staff are going through. Will you look into doing a bit more video, or have you got that in mind, or is the team thinking about it?
Through the great advice from your crew,
Yeah.
we should be doing that a lot more and a lot better. So certainly, the next best thing to a face-to-face is a moving content, I guess.
If you're not doing video right now, and we've been preaching about it for the last 6 months, probably 10 years, but if you're not doing it right now, even today, even this weekend, and you've got no videos online, I think you need a good kick up the bum. Yeah, and that's, we ran one of the Steel Pusher show last week, and that was a big sort of component of it is, if you're a salesperson, because that's what we're doing the whole time, is communicating and, presenting this machine or this part, or, if we can capture that in these videos, this might be a technique that really drives the industry forward and online of video. Like, we've had video on the site for 10, 11 years now, but I think this window, and if the window extends where it isn't just a couple of weeks, it's a couple of months or longer, I think we're going to see, and we've already seen quite a few dealers this week who have gone and got their salesperson, because you only need 2 people. You only need the salesperson and someone else who can carry the video. And all of a sudden you can bring those beautiful lumps of steel to life, and you could have 3 people where you chuck a technician in and run the machine and get it going up and down and operating. That just produced something that maybe 100 people watch over this next 3-6 months, and that can be the cause of the sale or not. Who is going to be your salesman next week? Where is that next sale going to come from? Is it going to be from the salesperson who's standing in the showroom having no people come to him? Is it going to be from the salesperson who has had to go into lockdown? You've got an opportunity before Australia locks down, and maybe they don't, to get that salesperson and put them in front of that machine and bring the machine to life and take a decent video of it. You must have more time on your hands. People are going to be in front of their computers, on their mobile phones, looking at machinery. And if you don't have a salesperson in a month's time, it's only you to blame.
Well, Steve, probably first and foremost for Tilly's, that is making sure the staff are okay and well informed. I think that's been the first point of our focus, because obviously once you achieve that, the customers benefit from that outcome.
Yeah.
So I suppose the pressure that is put on management is just making sure you're properly informed. The media is sometimes not the best place to find the right information.
Yep.
So just finding the appropriate places where the information is accurate, and then alleviating, I guess, stresses that the staff experience through anxiety and not being able to get a roll of toilet paper. Being able to alleviate that's actually gone a long way for us. It means that people are coming to work, they're not fearing what's going to happen to them by doing that. That means we don't have any staff down other than the usual taking annual leave and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And what it means is we now, I can almost say 100% available for our customers. Nothing's changed.
When we understand people at this moment and we can support them and do more for them, I think that's what creates long-term relationships. Some of my best customers back in 2008, our relationship was really formed off there. When it was tougher times and you can do more for each other and have empathy for each other, then you create better relationships, and that's why we've got some of those relationships still 12, 14 years down the track. That stuff excites me. So if our company can help businesses get through whatever we're going to get through over this next period, that's the good part. That's the bit that excites me.